makes you different from other realtors out there? Because there's so many realtors nowadays.
What makes me different is like different things that come into your life kind of helps push you. I thought to buy a house you have to buy it in cash because that's how it is back home.
Yes.
No matter what, 7 days a week,
Yes.
I'm going to do something towards promoting my brand. It took me 7 years to buy my first property. And the only reason why is because there was nobody to really guide me or educate me. I just 10x on everything you do, everything you believe in, like your business, your job, just make sure you 10x on it.
Welcome to another episode of the Deep Dive Podcast. I'm Raissa and we have...
And I'm Gloria.
And today's guest is not your average real estate agent. He is a movement. Today's guest is Mr. Eze Okwodu. He has spent 15 years helping families in DC, Maryland, and Virginia buy homes, but his journey started grinding night shifts at a hospital while flipping his first condo at 25. He has been praised as a community connector, a marketing genius, and a man who makes real estate feel personal. But not everyone agrees with this. Some critics say that he's part of a gentrification wave reshaping DC neighborhoods. Today we'll ask him those hard questions and learn about money, mission, and the real cost of success. It's time, the easy way. Let's dive in.
Yes.
What's up?
Welcome, Mr. Eze.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yay!
Okay. So I wanted to know, a lot of people know you in the DMV, right? But people who may not know you, they may want to know, how did you get started in real estate?
I got started in real estate by mistake. And the way it happened was, one day I sat down. I moved here from Nigeria. So one day, I was living in a rooming house with a bunch of other students and some people who were working. And one day I sat down and I started calculating how much we were each paying in rent. So it was like, at that time, this was in the 90s. In the 90s. At that time, I was paying $300 a month in rent. Doesn't sound like much, but it was a lot back then. Then there's a guy next to me, he was paying like $400. Then there's another guy on the left-hand side from me, I think he was paying like $450 or $400 also. Then there was somebody in the basement, and that person was paying like $600. And there's one other guy on the first floor, and he was paying like $600 also.
Right.
So one day I just did the calculations of how much we were each paying. And it came up to just random, like let's say like $2,000. But it's not $2,000 of now. Even $2,000 of now is still a lot. But $2,000 of like 97, 98, I was like, oh my God. And it wasn't like a great neighborhood. It was just like
An average.
yeah, it was like when the hood kind of. It's not the hood anymore, but because of gentrification. But at the time, like it wasn't like a great house or anything like that. And I was just like, wow. And what it motivated me even more was my landlady. My landlady was because up until that point, like you would think that anybody and she owned several properties. That wasn't the only one. She owned like 4 or 5 properties. And she was getting money from everything.
Wow.
And you think like somebody making that level of income, because I just did the math, let's say 2,000 and she had 4 or 5 properties, that's $10,000 a month.
Right.
In the 90s.
Yes.
So I'm thinking like, what?
She rich.
Yeah, like you think only like a doctor or engineer, or lawyer.
Yeah.
But she was just like me. She was like an immigrant lady. She's from the Caribbeans. Caribbean accent. She worked at I think GW Hospital. She worked at a hospital.
Okay.
She was just like a regular person getting money. So I was just like, wow. I was inspired. Like, I could do this.
Right. She can do it.
I could do it, right? And I could do it 10x in my mind. I was just like, I'm going to do it better than her. So that's how I got, into
real estate.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, it's deep. I mean, from that point,
Yeah.
it's not like I was buying houses immediately. It took me
Right.
like 7 or 8 years
Okay.
before I bought my first property. Because I had to research, I started learning about credit. I'm new to the country.
Right.
I learned about credit, saving money, down payment, all these things I didn't know. And it's not like today.
Right.
Now you just go on Instagram and you see a bunch of influencers talking to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, you just didn't know anybody. You just go to the library. And even when I went to the library, I'm getting different kind of books that had nothing to do with what I was trying to do. I was getting Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right.
And Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a different kind of real estate from what I was trying to do. So just a bunch of trial and error. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for that.
Hey.
Okay, so We did some research and found out that I think was it the first time you were trying to help a friend, right? The $1 million deal, you were supposed to get some money, but then you didn't get anything from that.
Yeah.
So share that experience, and that seems to be what made you be like, okay, now I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, exactly. That experience changed my whole life.
So tell us what happened.
Okay, so that lady changed my life and made me, direct me towards real estate.
Yeah.
So what I started doing was I started buying different properties. So I bought up to, I think at that time when I started, I think I bought up to I had about maybe 9 or 10 tenants. So I was known amongst my peers and my friends and the people I worked with that, oh, he's about real estate because he rents out properties. Because I even have some of my colleagues at work who rented from me. So the word was out like, okay, easy, he rents out properties. So somebody came to me and asked me, like people came to me regularly and said, hey, who can I use? Do you know a good real estate agent I could use? And I always randomly like, oh yeah, use Frank, or use this, or use whoever I used recently. So this one time it was a big deal, right? It was a big deal, especially when we're trying to buy $1 million property. Not $1 million, now this was $1 million.
Back then.
Back then. So I connected him to my guy. I was just like, yo, this is my guy. You need to help him buy this house. It's $1 million property. And you got me, right? You got me, right?
How much were you supposed to get?
No, I mean, we didn't say any number.
Yeah.
It was just like, you got me. That was the thing. Like,
Right.
So the transaction happens. The guy buys $1 million property. In my mind, I'm not a real estate agent. I'm just an investor. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he gets 6% from that deal. It's $1 million, $60,000. Like, he wouldn't have got the deal if it wasn't for me. So I know he's gonna give me like 20,000. Right? And I'm just calculating like all these numbers. 20,000. But to call a long story short, I didn't get anything, bro. I didn't get anything, and I was tight. I haven't been that mad in a long time. I was so angry. Because I'd already calculated the money, like, yeah, first of all, I'm gonna get these new shoes I saw. I was like planning all these things I'm gonna do with the money.
Yeah.
And so I called my other friend who was a real estate agent. I was like, yo, can you believe this guy? I connected him. I was so angry. And my other friend, he said, legally, he's not supposed to give you anything. He can actually get in trouble for giving you money. By law, real estate agents are only supposed to give referral fees to other real estate agents.
Oh.
So this friend now puts a bug in my ear. He's like, look, but if you were a real estate agent,
You could have made that money.
You could have made $7,500
For the referral.
for the referral. Like,
Let me go get my real estate license.
exactly. That's exactly.
Just for sending someone?
That's for sending somebody. He was just like, you don't even have to do anything. You just have to have a license, and you can just send the deal to somebody who go do the deal, do all the work, and you just get 25%.
You know why I'm saying that?
What?
Because I've referred like 6 people to a realtor before, right? And I've gotten, some money, but it's not like the 7K or whatever you're talking about.
Yeah, so just imagine.
Yeah.
Like, even that realtor wasn't supposed to give you anything, but it's a nice guy. Keep it on the low. but yeah,
Luckily you didn't mention.
Well, I'm sure whatever he gave you wasn't up to $7,000, right? Yeah. So if you had a license, so that when he said that, I was just like, the combination of me being mad and the idea being a good idea, like the next day I called, I told the office I want to take vacation.
Wow.
So I took a 2-week vacation, immediately signed up for this class. I was in Georgetown, Long and Foster class. I signed up for this class for 60 hours, and I took it seriously. Like, I didn't do anything for that, 60 hours. I just focused, and I got my license.
Where were you working before?
I was actually working at 3 hospitals at the same time.
Wow.
I was working at Howard University Hospital, PG Hospital, and Providence Hospital, because I was using the income to finance my real estate investments.
Yeah.
So that story helped me a lot.
At the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. So like for Providence Hospital, I work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then I'll leave there and I'll go to Howard, which is like, kind of, if you're familiar with DC,
It's not far.
it's not too far.
Yeah.
I go there from 3:30 p.m. to midnight. Then on weekends, I work at PG Hospital, and I'll do that like regularly. But I trained my body. I just got used to the
Used to
routine.
do it.
Yeah.
So did that help you to actually have the discipline that you have now?
Exactly.
Because even now, you're very aggressive with your marketing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's just so funny the way the world is. Like, different things that come into your life kind of helps push you.
Shape who you are.
Exactly. So because I was in a hospital, I was around a lot of physicians, nurses, firefighters, and these guys are like some of the most hardworking people on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see a physician, he's already making $400,000, $500,000 already, but he has 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Like, he's grinding like,
Yeah.
he has 2 full-time jobs.
Wow.
And you're thinking like, you're already making 500, man, you greedy. But
Mm-hmm.
but just being around them, like, you just get to value like work ethic. And so when I got into real estate, that's a whole different story. I know you guys are having
I know.
questions.
I feel like you could write a book.
Yeah,
Your
I could write a
story,
book,
your
yeah,
story
I
is
got
probably going to
stories
take
for
a
days.
week.
I'm surprised you don't have a book yet.
Are you thinking about it?
People are mentioning it to me,
Yeah.
but I want to do it right, like with the right amount of back end, remind of, I just don't want to write a book and, it doesn't
Okay.
move.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on a mission. We saw that you're on a mission to help 1 million families own 1 million homes.
Yeah.
So is it more about the quantity or the quality?
For me personally,
Yeah.
is the quantity.
Okay.
For me personally,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just about educating them also and just building generational wealth. Because
Okay.
if I went after quality,
Yeah.
it'd be easier. Like, I could just focus. I could focus my marketing. Like, I could focus my marketing strictly on high income earners, like high income earners.
That
And
would be easier.
Way easier because like they're buying $5 million, $10 million homes.
Okay.
So like with average everyday people are spending like $300K, $400K, $500K. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I could focus but the way I focus my marketing is educational. Like, I'm having a home buying seminar this Saturday. It's free. Come learn. Come educate. Come educate you for free. I don't charge you anything. So it's everybody. Even if you want to buy a place that's $200,000, I'll work with you. Some other agents, they focus on high-end deals.
Luxury.
So they're luxury, and which is smart. I'm not down on them. It's really smart because for one deal they do, might be 10 of my deals.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, what gives me true joy is I wish I could show you videos. I have videos of people who be like, man, I just came to America last year. If it wasn't for you, I
Wow.
wouldn't even know I could buy a house. Stuff like that. Because a lot of people who are like new immigrants, in their mind, they're thinking,
It's
I don't know, how long you been in the country? You been here all your life?
7. No.
7 years? You see, like, even me when I first came, I came when I was 18, right?
Yeah.
I thought to buy a house, you have to buy it in cash. Because that's how it is back home.
Yeah.
So you buy your house in cash, you buy your car in cash. So a lot of people still think that till this day, that, I have to save money to buy a house
In cash.
in cash.
Yeah.
So with the seminars and with my style of marketing, with those videos I'm putting out on social media every day, I'm letting people know like, you just need $10,000. It's just $7,000. Like, they're like, what? You sure? Like, is this a scam? Then because it doesn't make sense to them because
Yeah.
they're coming from where they have to save. They live with their parents till they're like 50. Then they would have saved up enough to buy a house. But
So talking about that, you say some people are skeptical, right? Have you ever had to deal with people that are perhaps negative, like, that you talk to and it's like, well, they have a bad experience with you? Like, 'cause, you can't always have like positive people, right? Like, have you ever had that? And how did you deal with that?
I had a decent amount of that actually.
Because I checked your Google review and you have 5-star reviews across the board. No negative.
Yeah, but I've had some negative clients. But I provided them the service at the end, but they might just be mad about something, like, they want me to give them something, those things.
So kind of, okay.
Like, I don't know if I could talk about that.
Okay, just give us a little recap.
Example, like, for some reason, some people feel that when you help them buy a home,
Yes.
they deserve a piece of your compensation.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if you know that's the thing sometimes, a lot actually.
wow. And I didn't know that was a thing in real estate. Like,
Oh yeah, some people feel like yo man, yeah, you bought a house for me. Like look at the paper like yo, you made.
This amount.
Yeah, because you can see how much.
Yeah, you see how much everybody
based
makes.
on- yeah.
And just like me, because I was the same way with the other guy.
Oh.
Like you wouldn't have made this money if I didn't, so I deserve $20,000.
No, it's the entitlement.
Yeah, exactly. So they just don't know any better. So that happens.
But they don't know about the laws and things of that nature.
Also, they don't know I'm working. Like it's like to help somebody purchase a home is
it's
difficult, and even to get your name out there is like tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes. Talking about that, so I know you invest a lot in personal branding, right? And literally, you have a cyber truck, and it's wrapped up with your face, your name, your phone number.
Moving billboard.
Yes, and so you're doing it big, right?
I'm trying.
So, how did you learn how to brand yourself, and what advice would you give to other aspiring realtors out there, or business owners out there that want to learn how to brand themselves properly?
I mean, I'll tell them the first thing to do, the easiest thing to do, easy, but not easy. But anyway, the easiest thing to do,
No pun intended.
no pun intended, right, is read, man.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be surprised how much you could learn by reading. Like, just reading. So there's one book that really, I talk about this book all the time. This is one book that really affected my life, and this book called 10X. It's by Grant
By
Cardone.
Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah, by Grant Cardone. So that book really helped me this massive action and consistent, So I mean, reading the book and applying what you read in the book, that really, really helped me. So like I made it a conscious decision that every single day, no matter what, 7 days a week, I'm going to do something towards promoting my brand. So making a video every day, when an item on me that has my brand, like you said, I have my ring with my brand, my little thing with my brand, my car, like just constantly, like consciously saying like every day I'm gonna make sure I give. For me, it's like 100 people on average, but I tell people to do like 20 people everywhere you go. Give them a business card, like I give my man a business card.
Yes, you did.
Like just automatically, and the compound effect of that. By the time you're giving like people like every day 20 business cards, in 7 days that's 140 business cards. In a month, that's like what's that? 560 people that you're giving your business card to. Just based on mathematics and probability, out of 560 people in a month, what do you think my chances are? It's not bad. It's not too bad, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They might know somebody who knows somebody, but like that. So if you do that and you calculate that over years,
That's a lot.
in a way, I know not to brag, but sometimes in PG County, I always know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, all the time, because of the amount of business cards I've been giving out over the year, plus flyers, plus so that's what business owners should do. That's the kind of that'll be helpful.
Okay. So definitely, people that are listening, take notes because Mr. Easy's giving out game.
Free game.
Free game.
Free. That's a really great tip. Okay. So on on an article, right, you mentioned that there's no real incentive right now for you to invest in Africa. Why is that?
True. Now you went deep. You found that?
Deep.
I mean, for me personally, this is me personally.
Yes.
I left Nigeria since 1996, and when I left, like my whole family left, and not just nuclear family. So like my mom left, my dad left, my brothers left, my first cousins left, my second cousins left. So there's no real incentive for me. Like most people who go back, they're going back because their mom is back there. Like
Siblings.
yeah, and I've been gone for a minute. So like there's no real to go. Africa is cash too. It's not like here where you finance it. It's $300,000-$400,000 in cash to purchase a property that I'm not going to spend any time in. So like logically to me, it just
doesn't make sense.
But I'm not saying this because I advertise people investing back home. I'm not saying this, but what's for me personally, it's a little bit difficult for me to do it.
Sure. No problem.
So what makes you different from other realtors out there? Because there's so many realtors nowadays.
I think multiple reasons. Like number one, like I said before, not doing it just for money. We're trying to get money too, but doing it to educate the community, focusing on one particular group. I mean, I help everybody purchase homes, but I spend a lot of my time focusing on the immigrant community. Because like I said earlier, right, from when I found out about my landlady, the lady, till I bought my first property, it took me 7 years. That's really a long time. 7 years to figure it out. So like,
So this is not an overnight success.
oh no, hell no. no. It took me 7 years to buy my first property. And the only reason why is because there was nobody to really guide me or educate me. There was no guy there like I could look at and say, oh yeah, that's my man right there. Like he's you know, so what makes me different is like I make that a priority for me. I have those seminars for free. You know, other agents they charge. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You've been in my seminar, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. You need to come next this Saturday. But other agents they charge for the seminars, and if they do it like once a quarter. Like that's basically what
Four times
a year.
4 times a year.
I do 12 times a year.
Every month.
And I'm spending because there's free food there. There's a space you have to think.
I mean, the last time I went there, the suya was almost finished, so I didn't get a chance to
you didn't get it, but
eat,
you know.
So next time maybe double up.
See what I'm saying? But so I think that's what makes me different because I really do care about the community, and I feel like I could have transitioned into a whole different bracket. Like I start focusing more on higher end, higher income buyers.
Like luxury real estate.
I could do that. I built a brand enough where I could do that comfortably.
Yeah.
But I have love for this community. Like I have love for people who don't really know about real estate, or real estate is just a word. Like when you say equity, you see their eyes glazing. Like what's equity? Like I really want to educate them.
So it's interesting that you're saying that because I have a friend and I told her I was interviewing you, right? And she's been to your seminar. She knows you. She's seen your branding, because you brand everywhere, like African stores, nail salons, like you name it, right? Bus shelters, right? You have your advertisement everywhere. So she has seen your marketing. She's met you before, and she was telling me like she's wondering like why is he not doing luxury real estate? And I'm like, I don't know. I need to ask him that. But this made me understand, why you focus on the demographics that you focus on.
Yeah, it's the love for the people. I mean, I'm being honest from my heart. It sounds corny though, but no, it's like because they needed the people who could afford luxury. They're already familiar with real estate.
Yeah.
They probably have inheritance. They're just already educated about it.
Right.
But the people I really target, that really gives me like a closing day, we're holding the key. The guys who could never imagine they could buy a house.
Oh,
wow.
They couldn't even imagine that they could buy a house in the United States. Or I bought a house. I'm 23 years old. Oh my God. Their parents are there. Like like that's a different vibe, man. It's a whole different thing.
So you deal with a lot of families, right?
Yeah.
Do you also have a family of your own? Do you believe in family?
Yeah, I believe in family. Yeah, I have a daughter. I have 2 brothers.
Wow.
My mom just passed away, but my dad passed away too. But I have a family.
Okay, so you're an orphan.
No. My mom just passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. At least I make you laugh.
Yeah.
No, but family is really important.
Yeah, it is. That's that's everything.
Yeah. So definitely, Raissa, I know you wanted to ask him one more question before we wrap it up, right?
Yes. So I know you already mentioned 10X, right? The book. That's something that helps you uplift your spirit, make sure that you're sticking to it. But what is a song that also uplifts your spirit?
A song, man, songs. There's so many songs. I like this 50 Cent song called "I Get Money" though.
Okay.
I get money,
money.
I got.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Igbo
Exactly.
Igbo people like money.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a nice feel. Then 50 Cent has Hustler's Ambition.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many songs.
So many songs.
Yeah, Hustler's Ambition.
And he also wrote a book with the man that wrote the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, I read all 50 Cent's books, actually.
You have?
Every single book he has.
That's you admire him?
Of course,
Yes,
his
he's a businessman
work
too.
ethic is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like if you look at successful people, all of them kind of have the same characteristics. But the people I revere more are people who are from like a whole different demographic. Like you don't really expect them to succeed.
Right.
Like you're from the hood.
The underdog.
Yeah, the underdogs, and like then also I respect longevity. I feel they should be getting money from like when you were like a little kid. Like,
Yes.
because a lot of like rappers are successful for like 5 years or
Then
6
after
years,
something
then it
happens.
dwindled. But he transitioned from like music. He's doing movies. He's like relevant. You see him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. He
it's
stays
difficult-
relevant.
It's difficult, like it's difficult to stay relevant because I know other celebrities are trying to stay relevant, but they just so like he talks about if you read his book, you see like he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke.
Really?
I didn't know that.
How do you know that? He doesn't even.
What he does
look
is
the
like
time
he
to
gets
cut.
like a Mountain Dew, then he gets like a champagne or a bottle of Hennessy,
Yeah.
and he pours it into the Hennessy and pretends like he's drinking Hennessy,
Oh,
but he's actually when he's out and about, he's not actually drinking Mountain Dew. So that speaks to his mindset, because he's like it's different when you're like coming up and you're disciplined. But when you're already like seeing M's,
You don't need to be.
yeah. So for you to still stay disciplined, like I really respect that. Like people like Oprah, like they already have $1 billion, like, and they're still coming out, working out, exercising,
Yeah.
So I respect
like Tony Robbins. And
Yeah, those guys, they're working.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Are you ever gonna come out with a course or anything that so you like to teach people? Take it virtual. The world is going virtual.
Facts,
You got the
yeah.
AI. I know you know about all of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Are you thinking about going
No,
virtual?
not the book. Not the book. But like, I'm really, really interested in AI. Like, really.
Yeah.
That's like on my YouTube. Like YouTube already knows the algorithms.
Yes.
Like, all I see is I actually gave a speech about AI about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And the event where we met. Was it
Oh,
that one?
not that
No,
one.
not
yeah.
that one.
Another
Not
one?
that
No, I
one.
had a speech just dedicated to AI.
Yeah.
Oh,
You walked the
wow.
wrong. That's not what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was
No, he
That
didn't.
was, I
towards
talked
that.
about, I was trying to tell, that was part of our community as well. I was trying to talk to them about what it takes to be a business person and how you have to be on top of these things. Like AI is coming and you just need to jump on it before people who you're smarter than, they just jump on it and they just, excel past you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah, we did a video one time where we were talking about AI, and I was like, you need to work with the AI. Don't work against the AI.
Yeah.
Because the early adopters, like once you get it, you know what I mean? Because you still need people that are going to train the AI.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's good that you mentioned that too.
I talk to AI every day, fact.
Yeah, that's your best friend.
I didn't want to say it on camera, but that's my best friend.
See, we listen and we don't judge.
No, but on the real though, like there's so many things. Like, let me give you an example. Just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'm driving to the gym. I'm just, I'm always thinking about ways to improve. So I asked ChatGPT,
Yeah.
what do you think I should do that's similar to what people did? The first group of people who jumped on Instagram, they were able to get way more followers than
Then
everybody
those
else.
that came after.
Exactly, right?
Early adopters.
Yeah. So I asked AI that, and AI is like, you need to start a WhatsApp channel. Right? I was like, WhatsApp channel? I didn't even heard about it. What's a WhatsApp channel? Then AI starts telling me different things about WhatsApp channel. Then I go on WhatsApp channel and I just type,
Yes.
and I see like Mark Zuckerberg. That's the first name I see, like Mark Zuckerberg, 100 million followers.
Wow.
And I see like IBM, like.
Wow.
So that's what AI does. So it gives you ideas, but you still need to implement it though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta execute.
Yeah, you have to execute. Yeah. So I got a WhatsApp channel. Yeah.
Okay. Am I on it? Because I'm not getting nothing from you.
No, you have to be my follower. I said that.
Okay.
I didn't, well, yeah,
Did you send it to me?
No, I put it on my status. I've been posting it on Instagram every day. That people should follow my WhatsApp channel.
Okay. I'll follow you.
Yeah. So
So I can stay updated.
yeah, you guys need to get one for the
For the
podcast.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look at you giving us tips.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Sharing.
See, AI gave me the tip, and I'm
And
now
now
you're
you're sharing the
sharing it.
knowledge.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah, we can all grow.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm getting hand signals that we got like 2 minutes.
And then wrap it up.
So you were late. Matter of fact, but I know you said you were closing a
Yeah,
deal,
closing a
so
deal, man.
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So you owe us a drink,
Yeah,
you
sure,
know,
sure.
to make it up to us.
Mhm.
If you had came earlier, we'd have had more time.
Mhm.
But it's okay. It was good because you know you went to work and you got the deal done. So congrats again. So, what's one final thing that you would like to share? Perhaps a final word, something that you would like people to know before we close today.
Just 10x on everything you do, everything you believe in, like your business, your job. Just make sure you 10x on it. It requires massive levels of effort to even just move the needle a little bit. You just need to work hard at whatever you're trying to do. If it's love, if it's money, if it's physical fitness, maximize massive action.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
On that note, guys, thank you
Massive
so much.
action.
Massive
Yes,
action,
massive
man.
action.
We're not playing.
Yeah, so if you're watching this video, please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know. Have you read Grant Cardone's book, 10X? Are you thinking about 10X in your life? And are you thinking about connecting with like-minded people like Mr. Easy, the easy way, in case you want to purchase a home or you want to learn about real estate, you know, he got you.
Yep.
And on that note, we're out. Thank you.